how's it going? So, if you're new, my name is Ore Araba, and I've got some really interesting news to share with you. As you can probably tell from the title of this live stream, my good news to share is the fact that I just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm super happy, super stoked, super grateful. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. I mean, I can show you some the growth process, I'd say. So if we have a look here, you can see, let me see if I can make this bigger. So as you can see here, it's been a long journey, right? So I started off, let's see if I can move my screen. Oops, move it another way. Okay, let's try this view or this view. Okay, cool. So as you can see, it's been quite a long journey. I created the channel probably in 2016, and I didn't really get serious with it until about the pandemic period, or around then. So about 2020, thereabouts, over here. And then things just kept improving from there. So I started posting, I think probably 2020, 2021, started posting, and then started getting more and more subscribers, and it's been a very gradual growth. There have been some tiny peaks, like here, for example, slight peak there, and then slight peak recently as well. But yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I'm really, really happy. I'm really grateful. And for people who are YouTubers or creators, you know that there are certain milestones that you're really grateful for, particularly when you're first starting out, right? So when you get your first subscriber, then your first 100 subscribers, then 500 subscribers, then now 1,000, and hopefully other ones like your 10,000, your 100,000, your first million subscribers, and beyond that. And it's always amazing. It's always amazing. I mean, it's been a long time coming. Like I said, it's been great, but I'm really grateful, and it's also a testament to just sticking with things and putting in the hard work. I mean, if we look at the past 365 days, again, it's been steady growth, just chugging along gently. Oh, I wish the numbers would show. Yeah, gently sort of thing, and just adding, people trickling in day by day, but eventually, it grows. And then recently there was this spurt here. Let me put it on the past, let's say 28 days, so you can see it better. So as you can see, there was a bit of a bump here, and you see it even better when I put it on 7 days. And this was actually as a result of an interview I did with my husband, just sharing our story, our love story, on the Apostle Femi Lazarus YouTube channel. And there he has a podcast called Stories, where he shares with people. He just interviews people, and they just share their stories, some of how they've gone from, adverse situations to better, and how God has been able to help them along that path, to some like ours, where we talk about our love story, and others, other stories as well, which are encouraging, just to kind of help people know that they can keep going, and things can get better, and things do get better, and that people can see examples of how that goes. But anyway, we did that interview. The video of that interview got posted on Saturday, which I believe, what date was Saturday? I'd have to check that. But yeah, which was only a few days ago, actually. So with that, so Saturday was the 30th of November. So that video got posted. You can check out, I'll try and put the link to that video in the description or the pinned comment for this video. But yeah, so that happened, and then, things kept going from there. So people just, I guess, were curious, wanted to find out more about, okay, the people in the story. So I've had quite a few people follow my personal channel, as well as the joint channel I have with my husband, where we just encourage people as well on that channel. But yeah, I'm really, really excited. I thought I'd answer a few questions as well. If anybody is on the live, send me a message. I'll try and respond as soon as I can, or during the course of this live stream anyway. But yeah, so in terms of, I thought I'd answer a few questions anyway. If I'm looking here, it's because I'm looking at my screen and my camera's here, so permit me. But let's see, if I go, I just want to open the chat just to make sure I can see if anybody sends a message. Okay. So a few questions to answer. So what does 1,000 subscribers mean to me? It just, for me, it's just a testament to all the work that's been put in so far. It's one of the milestones. It's not all the milestones. For example, I haven't actually monetized yet, but I'm hopeful, I'm grateful, and looking forward to that being the case. Then the next was this a goal you set from the beginning, or did it happen organically over time? Yeah, it happened organically over time. Yes, I did want it to happen, but I didn't really have much control over it beyond the effort I put in terms of just recording and putting up videos just as often as I could. Sometimes I was very consistent and other times less so, but still trying to keep putting out something, at least one piece of content a month usually. I think there might have been 1 or 2 months where I lapsed on that. And then some other months I just had loads of content coming. But yeah, it's been something I've just been working towards, and I'm really happy about it. On my channel, I talk about things to do with gear, so audio gear. I found that I just, through my work as a voiceover artist, I've learned a lot about audio gear, so I share a lot of that information. Then beyond that, I also share some, what I say, life lessons or stories, whether it's things I learned from books or things I learned from my personal experience. I share those as well, just to help people along their journey as well. Then beyond that, yeah, just things to entertain and encourage and educate. Another question was, what are some key moments or milestones that help you grow to 1,000 subscribers? Like I said, appearing on another popular podcast, and that kind of driving people just out of curiosity to my channel also helped in recent days. So in the past, would I say 7 days, 5 days, 7 days, thereabouts, there's just been an increase in interest in my channel. But beyond that, it's just been a consistent thing. There hasn't been something that was a major push beyond that one. It's just consistently growing. So that's been good. Then beyond that, yeah, it's just continual working. What inspired me to start my YouTube channel, and what was my vision when I began? I just felt I had a lot to say. I had a lot of, what's the word? Like just a lot to say, a lot to share, and stuff I felt, okay, I could be good at it. I mean, there's also the thought that, okay, you could monetize and you could, start earning money maybe from AdSense or selling things on YouTube. That was there, but honestly, it was more a case of, just putting things out and seeing what would come of it. I just realized I can actually put the questions that I'm responding to in the chat and just put them on the screen. That way it's easy to follow. So I'll just do that. Give me a sec. So let's do that. Okay, so yeah, I just answered what inspired me to start my YouTube channel. Okay, so next question. How has your content evolved since your first video? Oh gosh. So my first video, I don't even remember what my first video was. Let's have a look. Let me see if I can find it. So YouTube. Let's see, let's go into YouTube, and then I will, hold on, I'll check it out. I'll open it up and see. But how's my content evolved since my first video? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open up my first video and see what comes up. If I go to my channel, just give me a few seconds to do that. Yeah, if you're watching live, by the way, send me a message. Let me know how you're doing. But yeah, so let's see. Okay, this is interesting. Have a look. So my first ever video, let's see if I can make this bigger so you can see. So my first ever video was this one, Tableau tutorial files. So basically I was learning how to code and how to do a lot of data visualization. And I got really interested particularly in showing data using maps. And so I thought, oh, let me upload a tutorial showing people how to use maps with Tableau. And that actually got quite a lot of views. If you can see there, that's 5.8 thousand yeah, 5.8K views. So that was good, but then you kind of just keep building on that sort of thing. So that was my first video. How's it changed? In this video, I didn't show my face at all, I don't think. Whereas in other videos, I started showing more of my face. And then I've set myself a 30-day challenge where I just said, you know what, for the next 30 days, I'm gonna create videos. Now that 30-day challenge ended up taking me 60 days because it was a lot of work to think of what to record something, edit it, post it every day. And so sometimes I lapsed a bit, but it was a really good challenge because it just helped me get out of myself in a sense and just be out there and, you know, just get the practice of creating content. You know, there's a popular saying that your first 50 videos are probably going to be rubbish. So you want to get through all of those as quickly as possible and learn as quickly as you can whilst doing that. That way you can get to the good stuff. So that was my aim with doing that. But yeah, it was a good challenge. It was a good challenge. Let's see, what other questions do we have here? What has been my favorite video to create so far? Ooh, I don't know. What has been my favorite video to create? I think I would say the batch of videos where I did the 30-day challenge was definitely something I thought, okay, was really, really cool. Just because those videos really got me out of my shell and just got me practicing being in front of the camera. I mean, I look at some of those videos now and I cringe a little bit. I was like, ugh, you know, maybe my lighting wasn't as good or my audio wasn't as great, but I knew I was going to improve anyway, so I was okay with it. I mean, you can see the different videos here. And even as I was going, you can see I was leveling up on some of the content. So some of this was batch recording. Some of this was, you know, trying out different YouTube thumbnail designs as well. So just improving as I went along. But yeah, it was definitely an experience. I think the group of videos, that was fun. That was fun. Ooh, some of these videos, just thinking about it. I'm covering my face here. But yeah, it was good. It was good. Okay, let's go on to the next question. How do I come up with new ideas for content? Well, I actually have a video about that. So the question is, how do you come up with new ideas for content? I think initially it was just putting out content as and when I felt inspiration. But then afterwards I started to realize the trends in my content creation. So things to do with tech and audio gear. So, and doing tutorial videos, something I really enjoyed. Then also sharing my knowledge to do with voiceovers and audio equipment. Then beyond that, then there's, other videos that I watch on YouTube, which I think, oh, that's really interesting. I should do my own take on it. And then I do that. There's a video I put up called Fill Empty Use. And the idea I got from Dan Coe. And basically the idea of that is to get sources of, inspiration from different people and then combine them in different ways and then make your own version of it. So I'll share that on the screen. So it's this video here, Fill Empty Use. This one here. That's the one where, you know, that explains kind of my process in terms of that I've been employing in terms of just creating content and just, you know, getting more and more ideas for creating content. But yeah, I basically go via my interests and just keep putting things out and then seeing where they consolidate. People usually say, okay, go for where you have a niche or like choose a niche, you know, and yes, that sort of works. But then when you're still figuring out what your niche is, I think that idea could be detrimental. I think it's okay to spend some time learning different video styles and different so different video styles, different creative formats, whether you're interviewing people or you're having conversation one-on-one or interviewing on the street or having a faceless video channel where they can just hear your voice, or you're just playing music, just trying different things and seeing what works and then seeing what kind of content you talk about that works for you as well and that you enjoy doing. And then you build from there. That's kind of how I've come about, creating different content and figuring out new content ideas. But sometimes it can be tricky. Also working with themes. So at the moment I'm doing a set of videos on the theme of exposure. There'll be other videos which kind of dabble into my audio, but then on the theme of exposure, I'm trying to wear the same top or kimono on top of my outfit, just so that it means that it's easily recognizable, and then you know, okay, that's for that series. So I'm trying that as well. And the exposure series is just about helping people realize that you don't have to stay stuck. You can actually expand your mind, expand your knowledge by the books you read, the people you meet, the experiences you expose yourself to. So that's the sort of thing, and just kind of helping people along that journey. Because I find I've done that in my life, and it's been really helpful. So I wanted to help other people as well. But yeah, so that's that. Then let's see what the next question is. So the next question is, what challenges have you faced while growing your channel, and how did you overcome them? Okay, that's an interesting one, because for me, there are times when I felt like maybe I lacked the ideas, or just procrastinated about recording a video, or I just felt, I can't be bothered today. Or the worst one, I call it worse, but it used to really annoy me. And basically it's just not being camera ready. So camera ready for me means like, face, you're happy with how your face looks, your hair looks okay, your outfit looks good. And yeah, sometimes that's been a bit of a struggle. And I'm just like, and then when you have that, you're just like, I'd like to record, I have an idea, but I can't do that. So I think overcoming that and figuring out a style or a look that works for me, that's quick to set up. And then also actually just figuring out how to keep my camera and recording setup fixed, such that I don't have to fiddle with setting things up. I can just literally put it on and record. I know that's been really helpful. And other things as well that have come up is, okay, knowing whether to niche down or whether to just create content I enjoy, and how to balance it. Because if you're going for having, lots of subscribers and lots of views, yes, it's very helpful to have a niche, but when you haven't figured out what your niche is or what you enjoy doing, it can be a bit tricky. So it was that, but basically for me, it's just been trial and error, basically, and going with that, and eventually hoping that things work out. But yeah, that's been it. But then there have been spells where I think it's been difficult just thinking of what content to create and what order to create the content, and whether I'm doing it well enough. Another challenge is editing. Editing is interesting. I have a love-hate relationship with it. On the one hand, I like my videos, looking good, and I have ideas of how I want the video to be done, but the time it takes to edit is so long sometimes that I'm just like, ugh, I can't be bothered. I do need to employ or get help with video editing at some point, but yeah, I'll get onto that. But yeah, those have been some of my challenges, but it is what it is. But it's been good. Ooh, here's another one similar to that. So this question is, was there ever a moment when you thought about quitting? If so, what kept you going? Yes, because then, you put in a lot of effort into something like this, which in the beginning, until it starts earning money, it's a hobby. And then you think, oh, this takes so much time. There's so many other things I need to be doing that I'm maybe not putting as much effort into. And you start to wonder, is it really worth it? Especially when, as you saw with my growth on the channel, it's just been a very steady rise. There hasn't been many peaks or anything, or I haven't really had many viral videos as such. But at the same time, it's just a steady sort of growth. And so the many times when I thought, maybe I should just let this thing go, maybe it's not worth it. But I know in the long run, yes, it's painful in the beginning when it's slow and you're just growing, but then you discover a lot about yourself. You learn a lot of skills. I mean, even just looking back at my previous videos, I know that I've improved. But sometimes, yeah, it can feel a bit tricky. It can feel like, is it really worth it? But I actually enjoy creating the videos. Intrinsically, I enjoy the process of creating them. So yeah, although I've thought about quitting a few times, I just thought, you know what, let's keep going. Also, I think after a while, I literally start feeling itchy when I haven't recorded a video in a while. So yeah, I've put it out. But then I've also thought, okay, how do I make this less onerous but something I actually enjoy? And one way to do it is by doing talking head videos like these, where I'm just fixed in a room and just talking to the camera. And knowing that I'm not going to do too much editing. And so it's just a bit of cutting here and there, and if I need to, and then just putting things out. Also, I've been experimenting with doing YouTube lives, just because you know, it's recorded, it's there, you're not planning on doing any editing, it's just there. And so you can just get on with recording and putting content out there, even if it's not perfect, because you just keep improving. And if you find the video's not how you want it, you can always recreate it and delete the previous one if you want. But the important thing is just to get out of your shell and just keep recording. I think that's the advice I've definitely given myself and just kind of persevered with. But yeah, thinking of quitting, yeah, that's happened enough times. And the funny thing is, just to mention, sometimes you only need one video to kind of pop and be viral for you. Viral for you may be, let's say some of your videos only had 20 views and then you all of a sudden have a video that has 500 views. That's viral for you. So sometimes it just takes that, but you have to keep creating and then eventually you do get there. But you can also do some things in terms of research to increase your chances of that happening, if that makes sense. Hope it does. But yeah, that's been that. Let me take a sip of water before I go on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is, what have I learned about myself through this journey? I've learned that perseverance pays, definitely. That's one key lesson. Another thing I've learned is that I have the ability to learn. You know, if I don't know something, I can go research it and I can learn. So that's one thing I definitely say I can take from this, that I can learn and I can keep improving. And I've learned a lot, particularly when people come to me and they're really at the beginning stages. You know, sometimes you can take your own knowledge for granted and then you meet somebody else who is just starting, and the things that you think are obvious to them are actually like revelatory to them. They're like, oh, wow, is that what you do? I'm just like, oh, wasn't it obvious? But it's just a case of you've learned so much, and sometimes you minimize or take for granted the knowledge advantage or the information advantage that you have. So for me, it's just learning that I've learned a lot through the process, and I know I keep learning and keep improving. So I'm very happy for that. That's what I'd say I've learned about myself, that I can keep improving. Ooh, okay. Here's another question. Now these set of questions is about audience. So it says, how have your subscribers influenced your content creation process? Well, one way subscribers have influenced it is literally just by asking questions. So in the comments, people have asked questions about something, usually about the tech or audio geared videos or tutorial videos that I put up. And so I'll then go on and create additional videos that answer those questions. Or by seeing which videos are popular and which ones people engage with more and more, I then go ahead and record more videos along those lines. So for example, I know the videos I do on my Rode wireless microphone also pop off quite a lot because people want a lot of help with it, and I have a good way of explaining things that makes it easier for them. So I know that's something that comes up, and then even just being able to connect with people has been really good. So I've done many different YouTube live. There was a period earlier in the year, I think probably February or March thereabouts, where I was just constantly going live, whether I was talking or not. And then even in that, I ended up meeting people, random people on the internet who maybe weren't even subscribed initially, who just came on, found my live, and then we just got chatting, and I got to encourage a few people as well. So that felt good. But yeah, that's how I would say people or subscribers have impacted my content creation process. Let's see. So here's a question about tools, which I think could be helpful for someone watching this who is a content creator. So the question is, are there any tools, apps, or resources you found particularly helpful on this YouTube journey? Well, one of them is what I'm using here. So I'm live streaming using a tool called Restream, and they're pretty good for, live streaming. I like their music feature. I like the fact that they have different screens like this. Another service I've used is StreamYard as well, and that's also useful. I think Restream is slightly cheaper than StreamYard, but they both do similar things, and yeah, I really enjoy that for live streams. I also found that I could actually do live streams using Google Meet recently, so that was cool. But in terms of other tools and apps, when it comes to video editing, it's CapCut. I do have Final Cut Pro, but I often find that I default to CapCut a lot because it's just quick and intuitive. And if I want to edit something that's on my phone, I can do that, or I can do it on the computer, and it works out quite nicely. So I'm very happy with that. In terms of equipment, I should probably mention I just got, and I'm going to do a video on this soon, I just got the Hollyland Lark M2 microphone. Let me get it out to you. I decided to get the full pack, so that's the, what's it called? Here it is. So here it is. Here I've got one I'm wearing now. That's the microphone right there. I love it because it's almost inconspicuous, so you can almost miss it. But basically, here's one of the microphones over there. It's what it looks like. It's got a magnet. Switching this one off so that it doesn't interfere with the recording. But yeah, it has a magnet, so you can clip that onto your clothes separately like that. I don't know if you can see this clearly, but probably not. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's the microphone. I tend to wear it almost backwards just because it's less obvious. Oops, dropped it there. It's less obvious that way. That's why I wear it like this. But normally, people would usually wear it with the microphone on the outside and then the magnet on the inside, like that. But I prefer it like this because it's smaller. But there's the option of wearing it like this as well. So yeah, so I recently got that, and it's really nice. I usually use the Rode Wireless Go-To microphone, but I find just the footprint of this one being so much smaller just makes it really nice to use. So got that recently on a Black Friday deal. They were doing it for a really like a really good deal. I think you could get it for 20 or 30% less than what it would normally be. I think we got ours for like 153 Canadian dollars, something like that. But yeah, so very useful. But wireless microphones are useful, but without a wireless microphone, even just having a lav microphone, so those wired microphones you just clip onto your shirt and record, definitely very useful. I am recording using my Sony ZV-E10 camera, and yeah, really love the camera. It's been decent. I also like the blur background feature, or the bokeh, as some people call it, where you can just blur out your background so that you can be in focus. I really like that. But having said that, when I first started off, I started off just using a phone, basically. And before I even figured out audio and everything, just literally a phone, recorded, and then started adding things here and there, and also started adding lights. Right now, I'm actually using a very simple light. I wish I had a mirror so I could show you the light I'm using. It's literally a desk light. But right now, it's working well to light me up because I couldn't find my actual light, and the other softbox I have is downstairs, and it's just going to be too much hassle. I just needed to come up and record this, so here I am doing so. Anyway, so yeah, those are a few things that have been helpful. Oh, a few YouTube channels that have been helpful actually are, okay, one that really comes to mind right now is Think Media. Yeah, I almost forgot the name. Think Media has been very, very useful in terms of a resource to learn about video. Then there's Primal Video as well. Then you've got things like TubeBuddy and what's the other one? So TubeBuddy is really good for analytics. They're really good for just keeping track of my analytics, that sort of thing. Then vidIQ is similar to TubeBuddy as well, so I use both of them. And they're also good for suggesting, video titles, that sort of thing. But yeah, so those have been helpful. Let's move on to the next question. And I think I should hopefully wrap this up soon so that the video doesn't get too long. I just wanted to just share my joy with you. I hit 1,000 subscribers. Yay. Okay, so what's my next big goal for the channel? That's my next question. So I would say my next big goal would be to hit 5,000 subscribers. That'd be great. That'd be great. That'd be a next step. And the funny thing is, things snowball, right? So as long as I keep on being consistent in my posting, and I keep, increasing, and just, yeah, viewers just keep trickling in, basically. And so it snowballs. So even if I keep growing at the rate of 10%, the actual numbers actually keep increasing. So I'm looking forward to that growth happening. I don't know how quickly it'll happen. Let's see. We'll see. But yeah, just keep going on, keep creating content that's helpful to people, And educational, I think I lean more towards the educational side of things when it comes to YouTube. So creating more and more stuff that people find engaging, and then just do some walk and talks as well. I like to go for walks, particularly when it's not really cold weather. Now that it's really cold, I'm not likely to be doing too many walks. But yeah, I just like to walk and talk and share stuff. So I think I'll continue with that. But definitely, I think the next milestone would be 5,000, even 2,000, just to keep growing that way, definitely. And when I hit 2,000 or 5,000 subscribers, what am I going to do? I don't know. I might treat myself to something small, maybe. Celebrate, I don't know. I don't know really. How do you guys celebrate when you hit 5,000 subscribers or 10,000 or your milestones? I'm just celebrating by doing a live. So I'll probably do another live kind of sharing my progress, but that's about all I can think of really. So what advice would I really like this one actually. So this set of questions is about advice for other people. So, let me repaste that and change these settings so that it looks nicer. So it says, so what advice would you give to someone just starting out on YouTube? The first thing is to start. Don't procrastinate. Don't keep saying, oh, when I get all this equipment, or when I know how to speak better, or when I change my voice, or when I grow into a beautiful butterfly. Those are simply excuses. Just start. And many times we're embarrassed by being beginners in things, but that's where learning happens. That's where you grow. So it's okay to be bad initially, and then you build up from there. Like they said, your first 50 videos are going to be crap. They're going to be rubbish. So get through them as quickly as possible so you can start getting to the good stuff. And with each video, you see ways of tweaking things. Even if you just tweak things by 1% with each video, by 100 videos, you would have gotten 100% better. So I would say just keep growing, keep building, and you will eventually get there. Definitely, you will eventually get there. It sometimes may seem daunting, and don't worry, you just have to keep building. But yeah, the best advice to people who are looking to start is just to start. Have a few topic ideas. I would say one thing I have heard is maybe record like 3 videos to put them up so that when people come to your channel, they can see more of you and not just from that one video. And then you can get people subscribing that way. But yeah, that would be my first thing. Just get over the hurdle of the bump of, oh, I don't know how people will take it if I start. Just start. You don't even have to tell other people. Just start, put things out there, and then keep growing from there. And just realize that it's a journey of learning. It's a journey of learning. And you can always ask, reach out to me if this is your first, if you're looking to start a channel, like comment in this video as well, say, I'm looking to start a channel about this and that, or still figuring out what my topics would be. But yeah, go for it. Go for it. And also, if you're looking to actually earn money on YouTube, something else you should consider is monetization strategies beyond YouTube AdSense. So thinking of maybe affiliate marketing or maybe selling your own products. That's something to think about as well. But the first thing anyway, if you're looking to just start, is literally start. Don't waste any more time. Just go for it. And the last question here is, if I could go back and do things differently, what would I do? What would I do differently? I would say figuring out how to just be camera ready sooner. I think that would have been it, because I feel like that stopped me a lot from actually going ahead and, putting content out, because I just kept thinking, I'm not sure about how I look today, how you can be self-conscious, but actually, taking time to figure out, okay, what's my camera ready look, and just getting camera ready and putting things out there. That was one thing I would say I would have tried to figure out early enough, but everything was a journey, right? So I learned different skills along the way, including how to present myself well in front of the camera. I'm sure if you go back to my old videos, you'll see that, yeah, I've improved. If you don't tell me, you don't have to. I know I've improved. So that would be something I'd say, just learning to be camera ready quicker. Beyond that is just not being afraid to put out content. If you don't like it after a while, take it down, but at least have a bias towards action and put things out there. And you'll be surprised the ways that you're able to actually impact people. And I think I'm very much about impacting people and making a difference. So for me, it's really great being able to see that I can show from my example what perseverance does, but I can also actively help people by the knowledge I share online. But yeah, so this has been my video talking about how I, just celebrating how I got to 1,000 subscribers. I'm really happy. Thank you for joining me on this journey. And I'm hoping that I'll have you on future journeys, just sharing my experience and my journey. But yeah, thank you for being with me on the journey, and here's to many more videos. The next milestone will be 5,000 subscribers. I may come on earlier to do a live, maybe when I hit 2,000, but I'm aiming for 5. But yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. And, if you haven't started a channel, go ahead and do so. If you've always thought about it, go ahead and do so. And reach out to me if I can help in any way. All right, I will catch you in the next one. And in the meantime, some other videos that I've done should pop up on this side of your screen or this side of your screen. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button. All right, I've got to go now. I really should go now. But yeah, I will see you later. All right.